Whatever you think, I'm not obligated to save you. If saving you can't do me any good, why would I do that? Master, I've completed your mission. Well done, Xie is capable. Anyway, I am merciful enough. The content of the Shinwa oath I asked you to make is doing one thing for me when I need it, provided that it won't get you killed or damage the interests of your sex. Why are you still complaining even with so many restrictions? Your Highness has a point, but… Humph? Who are you? Stop there. Disappear. Inchi. She escaped. Ghost substitute technique. That person is from Chongling's sect. Isn't Xie Yan Ryu's master? When did she get into the treasury? Is that person with you, Your Highness? Chongling's sect's ghost substitute technique can cause damage to the user's body. I hope she is fine. She was sneaky. Please don't blame us for making a rash move, Your Highness. Chongling's sect has nothing to do with me. She can only blame herself if she gets killed. We thought Your Highness was related to Chongling's sect as you know how to manipulate ghosts. I remember that evil Jade Beauty is Your Highness's fellow, right? I wonder where she is now. Is that person Miss Yen? Instead of concerning yourself with Chongling's sect, I advise you to focus on the Ji family in the Southern River region. The Ji family in the Southern River region? Your Highness, do you mean that they were involved in this incident? Do you have any evidence? No, you can choose not to believe me. I only know that the person behind Zhou Yanping is Ji Jingye, the deceased former head of the Ji family. This may be a clue if you want to trace the incident and get revenge. Fine, we will investigate it. Alright, I've told you everything I know. I have a lot of things to do and don't have spare time to chat with you. Goodbye. As for what I want you to do for me, I haven't decided yet. I will come to you when I need you. 2 level 4 pre-celestial stage masters owe me a favor, which will be of great use sooner or later. I'll put it away for a while. Your Highness, please wait. We have many things to discuss with you. Shilan Che is still in the treasury. After our men get him out and interrogate him, maybe we can get more information about this incident. Am I a fool to you? If I don't leave right now, when all the men of Keshwaxi sect come out and chain me up, there will be another hard fight, not much easier than the one against Zhou Yanping. It's indeed hard for me to break their chains. What the hell is that? 6 Moro demons. What a fierce and violent guy. Who the hell is he? Mechanical technique, sealing chi channels? This force. My internal power can't be activated. He is so strong, is he? Greetings, sect leader. I have sealed her chi channels. No matter how many techniques she has, she can't use them now. Tell me what happened here. Ternary divine souls, walking in the mortal world. Some accidents did happen to the dispute over the treasury. I'll report it to you later. The person in front of you is the only one who got profits from the treasury matter. She not only snatched the power source stone, but also forced me and Huili, the Grand Elder of Chiliang sect, to make a Shinwa oath. Hey, Mr. Yan, to be fair, if it weren't for me, you two would still be stuck in the treasury. I slipped up. They were hesitant in the treasury not because they couldn't see the pros and cons, but rather they were waiting for the help of the sect leader of Keshwaxi sect. If it weren't for the treasury being collapsing, I am afraid that they would not even make the Shinwa oath. People from evil sects only follow their hearts to do things. Your Highness should have thought about this when you forced us to make the Shinwa oath. Follow their hearts, Humph. It's a bit tricky now. It doesn't matter that my internal power is sealed, as the immortal dominating punches is not affected at all. The problem is that the moving speed of the sect leader of Keshwaxi sect is faster than my immortal dominating punches. I can't escape this time even if I use the living weapon. I will only be beaten and waste origin points. Will I only be able to use the resurrection technique to escape? No, I can't leave the treasures here. Why don't we solve the Shinwa oath matter today? Since your Highness hasn't made your decision, I advise that you beg us to spare your life, so we can both get what we want. Spare my life? Then what? Let me leave? Not chase after me? I can only make one request, but you can find many ways to torture me. I won't take your advice. How about I pretend to surrender first, and then spend 2 minutes activating the teleportation magic circle to run away? No, it won't work. It requires the evil smell to activate the teleportation magic circle. I can't use the evil smell as my internal power is sealed now. It's no surprise that flowery sword power is sealed. But how did he seal my demonic power? It has been rooted in my soul after all. Your Highness, you are very clever. but you have no other choices right now. How about I fight it out with them and find a chance to escape? No. Not to mention that I don't have enough blazing thoughts to maintain mind fire. My internal power is sealed now, and demonic art of Moro can't be used at all. The speed of fleeting sword is way faster than the speed of the immortal dominating punches, and it doesn't need internal power, but Zhou Yanping, if he hadn't broken my sky-sealing sword, I could have used it to flee, and no one would have been able to catch up with me. If I heard it right, the power source stone is with this person. Things are simple then. Give me this person and the power source stone. We, Shima sect, want them both. Ji? Why is he here? Ji, the vice sect leader of Shima sect? You want me to give you this person? Since when did Shima sect have such power to order us? We have planned to get the power source stone for a long time, yet you beat us to it. You'd better give it to me right now. Otherwise, I will have to snatch it myself. Isn't it demonic clones? Is he Ji or Daoshi? I was wondering why you made such bold remarks all of a sudden. Turns out you have advanced to the 5th level of the pre-celestial stage, which renders you more confident. However, people at the same level still have differences in strength, even though I'm not standing here in person. You are still unable to defeat me. They are fighting, no one notices me, it's a chance. On the outskirts of Imperial City. Master, are you okay? I am fine. I've finally cleared out all external internal power that guy infused into my body after doing this over 30 times. You freaked me out, you were self-harming, I thought you had gone mad. I had no other choice. The external internal power that the sect leader of Keshwaxi's sect forced into my body is like a living thing. It would offset and seal my own internal power if I activated it. I couldn't even explode my internal power pool, not to mention exerting other techniques based on it. And I couldn't use Finger of Nirvana because the external internal power didn't cause any injury to me. At last, I could only use immortal dominating punches to repeatedly hit its hiding places in my body and make it be discharged from my wounds bit by bit. But it was so cunning that it knew how to dodge my attacks. I hit myself 5 times while it could dodge 2 of them. If I didn't know about immortal dominating punches and Finger of Nirvana, I might never have cracked this trick. Spiritual aura can revive dead internal power. So this is the true meaning of it. I didn't have too many thoughts and feelings about it when I confronted masters at level 4 pre-celestial stage before, but this time, I have learned a lot. Level 5 pre-celestial stage masters are really something, who go much farther than those at the level 4 pre-celestial stage in terms of spiritual aura. If it weren't for GE suddenly intervening and causing trouble, I'm afraid I wouldn't have been able to escape so easily. I received some origin points just now, which were from GE, not Daoshi. Looks like I was paranoid. I didn't expect that man would appear. Did he come after you? I don't think so. Back then, I posed as Ji Huayu and told him about the Xilan treasury and the power source stone. These memories will not disappear. With his personality, it's reasonable for him to come here in person after the 9 sects meeting. The question is, when he got here, he took action just in time. Did he do it by chance or on purpose? Never mind. Even if he saw the battle between me and Zhou Yanping, it doesn't matter. My identity as Xilan Wei will disappear later. Even if he wants to investigate this matter, he won't find out any clues. I am not sure whether the sect leader of Qiliang sect and Ji Jinya will come over or not. We are in the eye of the storm now. The longer we stay here, the more dangerous it gets. We'd better leave here right now. Oh, the lick pillar is gone. Ryu, I can't find him with my Qi observation technique. Maybe it's because of Qinger. She can use the Qi observation technique as well, though it's different from yours. She might discover something and help Huayu block your surveillance. Is she that powerful? I don't think so. Like master, like pet, Huayu is powerful, so Qinger would never be weak. However, if I hadn't discovered Ji in advance and lured him to the vicinity of the Gate of the Sun, I am afraid that it wouldn't have been easy for Huayu to escape. How did you know he can be of help? That doesn't matter. People from Shima sect are overbearing and would never miss such a good opportunity. So Ji is bound to fight Zhou Yanping or the 2 evil sects. Huayu is clever. The more chaotic this situation, the more advantageous it is for him. However, not only did Huayu take the opportunity to escape successfully, but staying here to watch also yielded unexpected gains for me. Let's go. We should get down to our business. What bad luck. The Xilan treasury was finally opened. I thought I could sneak into it and find a chance to get some treasures. Indeed, the burial place in the treasury was of great benefit to Xuanho's cultivation. This trip should have been quite fruitful. But unexpectedly, the treasury collapsed suddenly and I almost died there. The moment I got out, 2 level 4 pre-celestial stage masters attacked me. The previous sword wound hasn't healed yet, and now 2 more hits. I don't know when I will recover. If it weren't for the disinformation that Yenryu provided, I wouldn't have suffered. After I recover, I will mobilize the whole sect to hunt her down. You really break my heart, Master. I did give you the disinformation, but if it weren't for your sudden attack, turning us against each other, how would you end up this way? Even though the Xilan treasury was a trap, didn't I get out unharmed? Look at you, Master, your cultivation base has been destroyed and your ghosts have been dispersed. You can't even protect yourself. How pathetic. What do you want? At this point, I guess no one will believe me even if I say I've never hated Chongling sect because of my family background. I suppose you have sent the message back before you entered the treasury. I have no place in Chongling sect anymore, so I have got myself a new place. If everything goes well, what I will gain may be far greater than all the treasures in the Xilan treasury. But before that, I'd like to borrow something from you. I need you to go to the Xilan kingdom for me. There are still 3 masks left with the substitute. They are exotic treasures, which can't be taken away by someone else. It's my pleasure to do it for you, but Zhou Yanping made the plan painstakingly, yet in the end he not only failed but also got himself killed. Looks like he messed with a hard nut. It's a pity that my sight was blocked when Zhou Yanping was dragged into that strange space, so I don't know how he was killed. I have a hunch that this mysterious organization, Immortal Sky, may be even trickier than any other evil sect in the Han Empire. When you are there, gather information about the details of this organization as well. Half a month later, Jianhu Entertainment Hall in Zhaohu City in the Han Empire. When will Master come out? I am so bored. Pot Ghost Domain. Seal Sky, it took me half a month to repair you, now you are much harder than before. There is still room for the peak state, but it shouldn't be a problem to use some power of heaven and earth from the main world. However, when the power is really used, I'm afraid that the destructive power is about the 5th level of the pre-celestial stage at most. If it goes higher, not only the sword will break, but even its spirit will be greatly damaged, from which it will take at least 1 year to recover. It would be great if I could use it without any consumption and restrictions, but I'm pretty sure that it will be shattered if I do it frequently. It's still a long way to go to refine my sword. The red color can't be removed after I refine the evil seed into the sword. It's a pity that I can't take the sword out in public at will as it will be too conspicuous. The false identity I currently possess is a target that must be eliminated for both Jijinya and the 2 evil sects. I'd better stay low-key these days. I can only leave you in the pot. You finally came out, Master. Yeah, the sky-sealing sword is repaired. Let's go downstairs. After Princess Xilanwei defeated Zhou Yanping, a scholar of the Ming Empire, she was attacked by the sect leader of Keshwaxi sect and the sect leader of Qiliang sect. At that time, Ji, the vice sect leader of Xinhua sect, showed up. They all refused to make concessions and began fighting in the skies above the imperial city. At this moment, Princess Xilanwei wielded her sword, and the power of it swept the sky. The shadows, toxic smog and mechanic techniques were all destroyed. She alone suppressed the attack from 3 level 5 pre-celestial stage masters. Qinger, why did you fabricate these exaggerated battle achievements for me? In my eyes, you are that amazing. Besides, describing your battle achievements in an exaggerated manner will help you gather more origin points. But I'm not the real Princess Xilanwei, and I have got back to my original look. I can't collect her origin points. Well, I didn't know that. Is there really such a powerful person in the small Xilan kingdom? It's indeed eye-opening. I wonder about the authenticity of this story. Yeah, there is another version that the sect leader of Qiliang sect didn't show up at all. Princess Xilanwei was subdued by the sect leader of Keshwaxi sect, and Ji, the vice sect leader of Xinhua sect, rescued her. At last, the sect leader of Keshwaxi sect and Ji fought for an hour and ended in a tie. It's left unsettled. The version you were talking about is not from Princess Xilan's restoration, the formal version from Skystar. I have read Princess Xilan's restoration 3 times. At the end of the story, Princess Xilanwei went away to another land. The 2 evil sects admired her and chose Xilan Che, the city lord of Shilio City, to manage the kingdom as a regent. The Shilan kingdom finally got back to peace. Hey, how could you spoil the plot? That's really inconsiderate. What I am trying to say is that the domestic chaos in the Shilan kingdom has subsided. There has been an increase in caravans. Recently, many people have been hiring caravans to investigate the authenticity of this story. Whether the story is true or false, there are certainly clues to be found. The two evil sects didn't kill Shilan Che? Chinger, did you make up the end about Shilan Che or it's real? I didn't. It seems that Sky Star added it according to the information collected. Looks like I underestimated the tolerance of the two evil sects. But that makes sense. They know Shilan Wei's strength. Why bother to go against her if there is no benefit? What's more, they both made the Shinmo oath. It will be chaos again if they are provoked. So, is there really a level 7 pre-celestial stage master behind Zhou Yanping, who even has something to do with the Lu family of the former dynasty? Are they going to rebel? Who knows? The most famous person in the Ji family in the Jiangnan region is Ji Yuntao, known as Child Warm Jade. I've never heard of Ji Jinya. Perhaps the storyteller made it up. Our Han Empire's regime is clean and our nation is stable. It is not easily shaken. Very good. The news about Ji Jinya and the Ji family in the Jiangnan region has been spread out. Ji Jinya, I'm unable to defeat you, yet I am more scheming than you. Ha ha ha. The imperial court may not be alerted only by the rumors. Yet, after the two evil sects get back, comparing what happened in the Shilan kingdom with these rumors, the imperial court will certainly become wary of the Ji family in the Jiangnan region. No matter how deeply the imperial court investigates and uncovers any information, it will be of no harm or disadvantage to me. See Mist Pavilion in Watching Sect. It's another long dream. When I woke up, I realized we can't control our life. The 19th year of the Yuanwu period of the Han Empire, October. Congratulations, Master, your cultivation base has improved again. I didn't have a long seclusion this time, but my cultivation went exceptionally smoothly. Thank you for guarding outside for me throughout my seclusion period. It's my duty, but Master, why do I feel there is something different about you after you've reached the 6th level of the pre-celestial stage? No big deal, it's just an after effect, and it will disappear on its own later. After effect? As I told you before, our sex techniques are related to human minds and humanity. We cultivate ourselves in the mortal world to reshape our emotions and desires. When reaching the level where I am now, you have to cultivate in a very special way if you want to get promoted in a short time. It's a secret technique and only passed on to the main branch, not a collateral one. Besides, it's very different from the normal cultivation means. Originally, it can be performed when one reaches the 7th level of the pre-celestial stage. But with the help of the sect gate formation, one can experience it in advance after replicating spiritual aura. You mainly cultivate maiden scripture now. After you reach the level 4 pre-celestial stage, you can use this technique and you will understand what I told you today. I get it. I will work hard and never let you down. By the way, Xie Yan has come back from Shilan Kingdom. He said he has something important to discuss with you and is waiting in your room. Something important? Didn't he say he went to Shilan Kingdom to snatch a treasure? He has successfully brought back the Power Source Stone. In addition, he said it's a matter above level 6 of the pre-celestial stage, and only you can give advice. As for the details, let him tell you in person. 2 hours later. I see, so many things happened during your trip to Shilan. Surrounded by so many strong enemies, you could actually fight them, snatch the Power Source Stone, and force the vice sect leaders of the two evil sects to make the Shinmo oath. You did a good job, however. The Power Source Stone is important to us, but your safety is more important. Don't risk your life to do such a thing again. I can see how dangerous this matter was just from your description. If you had made a mistake, you might not have been able to come back. Don't worry, I dared to risk my life because I had a way out. In fact, I have always hidden a trump card. Even in the worst case, it's not a problem for me to survive. You are still so confident. Don't underestimate any masters in the world. He is at the 3rd level of the pre-celestial stage, yet he has dealt with the two evil sects, killed a master at the 4th level of the pre-celestial stage, and escaped from a master at the 5th level of the pre-celestial stage. He is getting more and more powerful. And also more and more reckless. If someone else gets involved in such a dangerous situation, he or she will never have a chance to survive. If I were him, I wouldn't get involved in the guise of Shilan Wei and put myself in the eye of the storm. In this way, it may end up better, but I may get nothing. After all, I only heard his description of this experience and didn't personally go through it, so my judgment may not be accurate. Still, I am really curious about how he killed Zhou Yanping on his own. To be honest, I can't manage to do it for sure. In the face of such a strong enemy, I'm able to protect myself, but defeating him, or even killing him, I dare not think of it if I don't make a thorough plan in advance. Besides, the secrets about the Liu family of the former dynasty and Xie Yan. How did he find out these secrets? Those people are no fools. How could they reveal such important information to him? Xie Yan, you also have a lot of mysteries. Honey, why are you looking at me like this? Is there anything bothering you? After hearing your experience, I admire you even more. Yet, by what you said, something seems to be left out. What is it? I just didn't mention the ghost domain pod. She can't notice it, can she? You left out Yan Ryu. Why didn't you mention that woman? Considering that she and Ji Huayu made the plan about the Shilan treasury, and you didn't intend to leave her behind, why didn't you mention what she did in your description? Honey, why did you say that? Do you think I had an affair during this trip? I swear no. If you really had a fling with evil Jade Beauty, I don't think you would conceal it from me. I think you never had any feelings for Yan Ryu. Instead, she used her beauty to lure you, and you took advantage of the situation to manipulate her. Yan Ryu is shrewd while you are scheming. I believe both of you were plotting against each other, but in the end, you lost, with all your efforts in vain. You felt embarrassed about this, which is why you didn't mention anything about Yan Ryu, isn't it? Is she a mind reader? Looks like I was right. It is rare to see your annoyed face. You look cute with this expression, but I don't like my husband being fooled by someone else. I came into contact with Yan Ryu before. Don't worry, honey, one day, I will help you teach her a lesson. Don't act on your own. I made many efforts to make her rule out my identity as Xie Yan of Marching Sect from her list of suspicions. Don't put me back. Don't worry, I'm not stupid. Ahem, ahem. Think about where you are when you flirt with each other. Do you hear it? Our sect leader asked you to behave yourself. Xie Yan, tell me about Yan Ryu. Did you really get screwed because of her? Not really. Shinsu was talking nonsense. Speaking of which, the secrets I dug out have something to do with her. Here is the thing. You thought you could manipulate evil Jade Beauty by winning her heart and mind? Are you serious? That's not true. I just treated her with sincerity and interests. What's with that look? Inserting a heart trigger is a sensitive issue. I'd better not mention it. However, my entire action does indeed appear very foolish if I don't mention this matter. That's why I am not willing to talk about Yan Ryu, but Shinsi had to bring it up. If I had learned your plan, I would have given you the cheap and poisonous bugs that used to control by Suyuan before you left. For people like evil Jade Beauty, you can get nothing from her with your sincerity. Not even with interests, you have to use some dirty methods. Anyway, her identity as the last princess of the Liu family will be revealed soon. It will do us no good and may even get us in trouble if she is under our control. It's good that we are even now. No wonder she is a sect leader. She's cunning and ruthless. You are right. Besides, Yan Ryu betrayed Ji Jinya. I don't think he would let go of her. She is indeed a poor woman. I wonder how valuable Yan Ryu is to Ji Jinya. No matter what the Liu family of the former dynasty, or Ji Jinya is trying to do, fighting the two evil sects right now means that they have set the plan for what they want. They will take action when the D family loses their support. Anyway, it's not directly concerned with our sect, but if something happens to the D family, it will have an impact on the whole world. We can't sit still and wait for the storm to come. Shinsi, gather all the elders and pass on my order to investigate this matter. Don't mention Xie Yan. Just tell them that the news was obtained from rumors. Yes, master. Investigate the Ji family in the Jiangnan region? Do we have to do this mission just because of some rumors? Doesn't the sect leader make a fuss about it by giving such an order? Not just some rumors. The sect leader of Chiliang sect is a friend of our sect leader. The news from her also subtly proves what happened in Shilan Kingdom is true. At least the fact that there is a level 7 pre-celestial stage master causing trouble in secret is definitely true. Now Ji Jinya is our only clue. We will only start with him if we want to know more about this matter. There is discord among the 9 evil sects, but externally, we are of the same kind. If we allow the chaos between those two sects to develop, it may indeed affect our sect. That makes sense. Look like we do have to investigate this person. At least we won't get into a passive position. Let Chanwu do it. He is from the Ji family. He is the best fit to do this mission. Actually, I know nothing about it. I've been away from home for many years, kind of losing contact. A powerful master and an official of the former dynasty. These sound like a conspiracy theory rumored among people. However, I do know Ji Jianye. He was an elder in my family, but he passed away when I was little, so I don't know much about him. Oh? Tell us what you know. The elders in my family said that he was clever since he was a child. He mastered Confucianism, Buddhism and Taoism and became an official in the court center at a young age. Later, he was appointed as a prefectural administrator, helping the Ji family earn a reputation in the Jiangnan region. But the reputation he gained only held influence among the court officials. Cultivators were not interested in him. In his later years, he met the sect leader of Taishian sect and got close to him. Because of that, Ji Yuntao could become a disciple of Taishian sect. Sounds like he was just an ordinary court official from an ordinary noble family, and his family didn't interact with the righteous sects until the past 2 generations. Such a family is everywhere in the Han Empire, nothing special. That's why we need to look into it. Keshwaxi sect and Chiliang sect will also investigate him, so we can offer them a favor whether we find some secrets, or not. Xinxi is right. I will mobilize the relationship network of the original Jingwu sect to investigate the Ji family. Then I will ask Siren 48 to have a tour in the Jiangnan region and find a chance to pry out something from scholars. Anyway, it's part of the business of Affection Pavilion. I will ask my disciples to look into it as well, but then again, hasn't the sect leader finished her closed cultivation? Where is she now? I have a few important affairs that need her approval. Easy, Grand Elder. Master saw something wrong with my husband's cultivation before the 9 sects meeting, and she spent a long time searching for a solution. I guess she is helping my husband solve the obstacles in his cultivation. I haven't seen you for a while, yet your internal power hasn't improved much but become more and more chaotic. I've told you not to learn any other cultivation techniques, but why are there 2 kinds of external power of the 5 elements in your body now? Although they are not internal power, independent from your original techniques, do you know how harder it will become to combine your original cultivation techniques with this extra risk? You are right, but I had no choice, it came to me on its own. I won't ask you how you got it, but given that, I have to abandon the original plan and make a new one. Doesn't it waste your effort? Not entirely wasted. We've already had some ways about the combination of cultivation techniques. Right now, we just need some time to remove the new interference factors. After all, these 2 kinds of external power do not affect the operation of the internal power in your body. I believe it will only take a few days to modify the original plan. Do you have anything important to do during this time? No. Very well, the affairs of the sect cannot be held up while I help you solve the problem of your cultivation. You haven't stayed with me for a long time. Be my close servant and help me with some chores during this period. In the following days, I stayed with the sect leader and helped deal with the affairs accumulated during her closed cultivation. Besides, we discussed how to solve the problem of the combination of cultivation techniques. It was fortunate that the spiritual roots I got from the small world were perfectly compatible under the influence of the system, and my original techniques were just shifted a tiny bit, which was not hard to put right. The sect leader said that she seemed to find a more secure method and needed a few days to prepare. 3 days later. In short, send these letters to the sect leaders of the evil sects as I told you. As for the appointment of the leaders of the 3 branches, tell Grand Elder that I have no problem with the candidates she selected, but the appointment needs to be postponed for now as I have other arrangements. It's already late, you need to get some rest. I am fine. After dealing with this matter, I still need to check the operation of your cultivation techniques. It can't be handled casually as it's concerned with your cultivation base. I can handle the rest alone, you can leave now. It's tough to be a sect leader. Are there really so many things to be managed in a sect? Actually, most of the affairs are handled by the elders. You has been staying up for the combination of cultivation techniques. It's a pity that I'm unable to help with the cultivation problems at this level. I can only run errands for her as my gratitude. Maybe because it happened to be the cultivation cycle about every 3 or 4 decades. Many geniuses have emerged recently, and pre-celestial stage masters have been promoted one after another. You leveled up the fastest. I remember when I first came here, she was only at the 4th level of the pre-celestial stage, and it didn't take her long to reach the 6th level. It's just the first year of the cycle, yet everyone has improved so fast. Every cycle period will last about 3 to 5 years. Normally, every cultivator can run into such a period 2 or 3 times in their lives. Yu Yao, the sect leader of Xie Yan sect, didn't reach the 5th level of the pre-celestial stage until this year. While Bai Suyuan, the new leader of Bliss Temple, has already been at the 4th level of the pre-celestial stage right after she got out of the Shimo Dark Tunnel. Yuanxing, the sect leader of the second strongest sect Xingma sect, was only at the 6th level of the pre-celestial stage, which was only the case before the cycle period. Back then, Dang Hongshan, the former leader of Bliss Temple and Yu's master were of the same generation. The two of them fought all their lives. When Dang Hongshan died, she was only at the 4th level of the pre-celestial stage, so Yu's master would never have gone beyond that. It's weird, all 9 evil sects have lasted for thousands of years with countless talents. But why is there no one at or above the 7th level of the pre-celestial stage still alive today? Apocalypse, masters in the main world against alien demons. The main world was the spedbed of the high-dimensional demons masters who went through 5 stages, all ascended to heaven. Could it be? There was an apocalypse in the world. Most of the masters at or above the 7th level of the pre-celestial stage were killed, and as a result, it led to the current embarrassing situation. You are quite good at making up stories. Imparting Elder. Why is this old jerk who spat tea all over my face here? Greetings, Elder. May I ask what you are doing here? I was just walking around and on my way to meet the sect leader, but surprisingly ran into you while you were wool gathering. In fact, it is not as complicated as you think. It's just a void between the generations. In those decades, no geniuses appeared not only in our evil sects but also in righteous sects, the imperial court and the other empires. Even though there are cultivation cycle periods, mediocrities are always who they are. It's normal for them not to level up even if they are given opportunities. Wasn't it too coincidental that all forces had a void? Wasn't there really any apocalypse? It just happened. People thought it was incredible, but that's the fact. You can look up the history of the world, it's all traceable. Besides, historical materials of different countries can be verified by each other. There was no apocalypse at all. There were only a certain number of pre-celestial stage masters, who was dead or alive. Or did they disappear at the same time? These can't be concealed at all. Then what about the masters before the sect leader's master? They just died of old age. Where do you think they would go? Even though several masters at the 9th level of the pre-celestial stage who are still alive today have not much time left, unless they get enlightened and reach the multi-celestial stage, they can't live to 100. Die. That's not right. I judged others by myself before, thinking that the lifespan of pre-celestial stage masters was no different from that of ordinary people. But after fighting someone at the 5th level of the pre-celestial stage, I found that when someone reaches a certain level, his or her internal power will be like a living creature. It can not only be driven by cultivation techniques, but theoretically can even be used to transform one's body and repair cells. I mean one's essence. Not to mention immortality, the lifespan should be prolonged. It's not difficult to go through several cycle periods, even if they suffered illnesses and disasters. How could only a few of them survive in the world? And you said the masters who are still alive can't live to 100. How is that possible? It surprises me that you can realize that the lifespan of cultivators exceeds 100 years. Xie Yan, you are indeed special, but even though you are aware of the inconsistency, how long can you keep the confusion in your mind? What? Master, look. Is this abnormal weather? Why are the stars in the sky drawn to the same place? It's not abnormal weather, but the stars are getting back as they were. The North Star is shining brightly, and all the other stars are gathering towards it. Looks like that man is back. In the blink of an eye, it's another 100 years. You just don't want to give up, do you? Who are you talking about? An old friend that I have never met before. You don't know him. Let's put aside this celestial phenomenon. What about the question you asked just now? Do you want to go on? The question I asked? Apart from the question about the generational void, did I ask any other questions? No. You didn't ask anything else. I was confused. All right, it's too late. You should go back and have a rest. There is still a long way for you to go in cultivation. Stay observing while moving on. 3 days later. Sect leader, I have brought them over. Where should I put them? Thank you, just put them into the brazier over there. This formation. Is it some kind of ritual? Yes, the mysterious power isolating the two cultivation techniques in your body is too strong, so I have to manipulate it through some ritual. Ores, flowers, incense, and strange wood. These materials look weird. Qinger, it's okay, come back. Everything is ready, let's start now. Spirit in the stone, burned into smoke, manifest and transform. Smoke woven into a net, heaven as warp and earth as weft. Solidify this sanctuary to calm souls. This ritual doesn't look like something in the main world. Origin Spirit Observation Ritual. Where did you learn this ritual? It's my secret. Treasures of the celestial civilization once appeared in the main world. Could it be that something from the magic world was also left here? But Yu has been in her closed cultivation and hasn't gone out recently. Did she find this mysterious ritual when she traveled around the world before? Get in, let me see whether this ritual works or not. The mysterious power in your body is double-edged. Although it can separate the two contradictory cultivation techniques and prevent you from qi deviation, it's too rigid and eliminates every possible way of the fusion and transformation of the two kinds of internal power, which seriously hinders the improvement of your cultivation base. I need to use this ritual to find out this mysterious power, and then use this power to affect the two kinds of contradictory internal power in your body so that they can blend together. Found it. I knew it would work. Origin Spirit Observation Ritual can be used to observe 12,000 types of special secret power. The mysterious power in your body is indeed among them. Now I am more confident that I can help you combine the two cultivation techniques. This ritual is awesome. It can reveal the invisible barrier that the system used to forcibly separate Finger of Flowery Swords and Demonic Art of Moro. Now it's time to move on to the next step. I am going to make some preparations. You take off your clothes and wait for me here. What? Take off my clothes? Is this why you asked me to take off my clothes? I have no choice. I know how Finger of Flowery Swords works, but the technique you secretly learned from Shima sect is unfamiliar to me. If you don't take off your clothes, I can't make accurate judgments. I will feel guilty if something goes wrong. But, isn't it a sauna? With this ritual, I can use my internal power to guide the mysterious power in your body and make it change slowly so that the two kinds of internal power can gradually combine together. The barrier that is used to separate Demonic Art of Moro and Finger of Flowery Swords is changed by some external forces. The process of combining cultivation techniques is passively activated. Do you want to stop the external interference? You can spend 10,000 origin points to forcibly combine Demonic Art of Moro and Finger of Flowery Swords. Ignoring any drawbacks, these two kinds of internal power can be used in parallel and freely converted as you wish. Use method is recognized by the system, but the second prompt. The garbage system, right after the sect leader got a solution for me, you popped out and provided me with the option of combination. In your dreams, I won't spend any origin point this time. I'm gonna click no. Xie Yan, don't move. If something goes wrong, what I did before will be in vain. Okay, I am just a bit nervous. Don't be nervous, stay still. I am going to activate it with all my strength. 1 hour later. The combining process of Finger of Flowery Swords and Demonic Art of Moro is 1.672%. Warning, the system barrier has been broken. Your qi will deviate at any time before the combining process is complete. You can spend 10,000 origin points to forcibly combine Demonic Art of Moro and Finger of Flowery Swords. Ignoring any drawbacks, these two kinds of internal power can be used in parallel and freely converted as you wish. Humph, you want to tempt me again? Do you think I will choose you since you give me a discount? Goodbye. Are you alright? I'm fine, I'm just feeling a bit unwell after consuming too much mental power. No, mental exhaustion is different from other injuries. It's a waste to use Finger of Nirvana to heal me. Let me recover slowly. The mysterious power in your body is too strong. I underestimated the difficulty and failed to help you complete the combination in one go. I just scratched the surface. It will take about 2 months to complete the combining process. You need to come here every day during this period. Will you feel bored with it? Not at all, not to mention being with you for 2 months, even for 2 years. I will enjoy it very much. Stop kidding. Alright, let's get down to business. During this period, don't use the internal power, otherwise, you will suffer chi deviation. It's very important, bear it in mind. Got it. 2 months later, on a barren mountain in the Han Empire. Finger of Flowery Swords and Demonic Art of Moro have combined completely without any drawbacks. These two kinds of internal power can be used in parallel and freely converted as you wish. How's it going, Master? The effort you and I made for the past 2 months has paid off. Now the two kinds of internal power in my body can coexist. Demonic Art of Moro and Finger of Flowery Swords can be exerted at the same time. Moro body, spirit summoning. In this way, I can literally use all the techniques I have. So you can finally fight other people with your clones every time, right? Not only that, with Moro clone and the sword spirits, I can have one-on-one fights or group fights as I wish. Those evil sex formations won't catch me anymore. Huh! It feels like the demonic power is restless, could it be? My cultivation level has raised? Master, what happened just now? I didn't expect such a gain after combining my cultivation techniques. My previous level was the 3rd level of the pre-celestial stage, the 2nd level of the pre-celestial stage, transmutation stage, which corresponds to flowery sword power and demonic power in sequence. And now, demonic power has upgraded under the influence of flowery sword power. Both of them are stable at the 3rd level of the pre-celestial stage, so the system just got the labels into one. Not only did these two techniques get more powerful, but many other techniques that were restrained by my cultivation level before can be exerted now. That's to say, Demonic Art of Moro and Finger of Flowery Swords can boost each other. I just need to improve either one of them, the other one will be improved along. And on the other hand, I can use Flowery Sword power to activate Demonic Art of Moro. Finger of Flowery Swords is strong in attacks but weak in changes, while Demonic Art of Moro is changeable yet without aggression. Now the two of them complement each other. Flowery Body. I can finally showcase all my abilities in the world as charming Jade Child. Master, why do I feel you are in a bad mood after you got back to marching sect? Wasn't the technique test going well? I am suddenly aware of a problem. Origin points have increased slowly again. It's not right. Theoretically, Sky 7 and Sky 12 wouldn't have the intention of betraying me or slack off after being inserted heart triggers. Master is indeed concerned too much over origin points. I guess it must be that some part of it has gone wrong. I need to go have a check. But then again, origin points stop producing from time to time, for which the problem of production pattern can't be ruled out. The branch of Bloodthirst sect, Hulu Town. Genia's attention has been drawn to Elder Moro. Although I intended to frame Bliss Sky, I may need to make some changes to Immortal Sky for the long run. Huh! Something goes wrong here. Master, were they under attack? Obviously, but the fight didn't happen here judging from the surroundings. They probably ran into some unexpected situation and withdrew to Hulu Town. Then what should we do now? Are we still getting in? Of course, but given the current situation, it will be a bit embarrassing if I get in as Elder Moro. It's obvious that Immortal Sky is in trouble and the morale is low. If I show up as Elder Moro but can't solve the problem, it will only damage my reputation. I'm going to show them some new tricks. More than 20 disciples were killed and about a dozen disciples blew themselves up to get rid of the pursuit. We suffered huge losses this time. I thought we were just to eliminate an imposter as we did before, but I didn't expect to confront a hard nut. If it weren't for an accident at that time, I am afraid you and I would have been killed on the spot. What should we do now? That man is stronger than us. If he extends his power without restraint, Elder Moro's immortal lights will be affected again. If Elder Moro lays the blame on us, we can't afford to bear it. And I feel that this imposter aims big. If he seizes the opportunity, I am afraid you and I, who are responsible for preaching the belief of Immortal Sky, will be the first to suffer. Oh? Are the two of you so afraid of him? Is it because the enemy is too strong or you guys are too useless? Who is this woman? How did she suddenly appear here? She is a master at the 3rd level of the pre-celestial stage, could it be? She was sent by that guy. This aura. Who the hell are you? Who am I? Since when did the disciples of Immortal Sky not even recognize their fellows? I'm Shengguan Yao, Elder Moro's messenger. I was instructed to conduct an inspection here. I am under Elder Moro's order. Are you trying to defy it? My body? This reaction? It's undoubtedly a high-level devil gospel art. Sky 12, Sky 7, a disciple of Immortal Sky, pay respects to Miss Messenger. Hee, it's been a long time since I used the Transfiguration mantra last time. It looks more authentic than before. Xie Yan has made so much progress that the effect of the Transfiguration mantra has greatly improved. It basically won't fail as long as I don't go all out to fight. It is most appropriate to pose as someone from the small world in the main world. I'm going to fabricate a few more identities as Elder Moro's messengers. This way the legends about Immortal Sky and the world will become elusive, adding to the mystique of the sect. Humph, that's the attitude you should have, but still, it's odd. I thought you could figure out my identity only by my looks, but judging from your reaction, you didn't bow your heads at once but attacked me instead. Either the two of you have bad intentions or something has gone wrong. Does it have something to do with the enemy you were talking about? Sorry that we didn't recognize you right away. It's just that someone posed as Elder Moro to confuse us. We mistook you for him. That's why we showed no respect. I heard that someone pretended to be Elder Moro, but they were just self-righteous scoundrels. How could you mistake Elder Moro for someone else this time? That guy is different from the previous ones. He has not only expanded his power under the name of Immortal Sky, but also posed as Elder Moro and mastered a technique similar to Elder Moro's. About 10 days ago, we got the news that someone killed people as sacrifices and recruited believers on the border between the Tang Empire and the Han Empire under the name of Immortal Sky. For the past few months, we have wiped out many similar imposters, so this time, we went to suppress with the disciples without thinking too much. But when we fought him, we found that his cultivation base was above the two of us. He should be at the 4th level of the pre-celestial stage. What's more, the evil internal power from that fake Elder Moro was so similar to that of our Elder Moro. At first glance, we all mistook him for the real one. Of course, when we fought him head-on, we found that he was way weaker than Elder Moro. We are no match for him, but we will try our best to eliminate this trouble. However, according to some information, after he made trouble at the border for a while, this fake Elder Moro ran to the Tang Empire and disappeared for the time being. He only not imitated my face with a mask on, but also imitated my technique. The imitation techniques have been developed quite well. The point is, as a level 4 pre-celestial stage cultivator, how dare he pose as Elder Moro? He was tarnishing my reputation. Sky 7 and Sky 12 are not strong enough, and the business mode of Immortal Sky is too rough. It finally hits a bottleneck. I have to solve this matter personally this time. Humph, a small fry dares to profane Elder Moro. He is courting death. I will report it to Elder Moro. You guys don't need to think about how to fight back. Just make use of Bloodthirst Sex Information System to keep investigating this guy. I will come back to ask you for intelligence later. Got it. From this inspection, I can tell that the two of you are loyal. I believe Elder Moro will surely be glad about it. Don't neglect Immortal Lights. But if there are obstacles when killing people as sacrifices, the conflict will inevitably escalate. I will make a request to Elder Moro to look for a new developing mode for Immortal Sky. But it will take time to make a plan. You two just follow the previous pattern for the time being. Miss Messenger, we have something else to report. What you said just now makes a point. The current methods alone are far from enough to promote Elder Moro's reputation. Only by constantly broadening our horizons and developing new methods can the disciples of Immortal Sky overcome all difficulties and achieve our mission. We've also thought about the concerns that you were talking about. During these months, we've been working hard and thinking about how to develop our great Khalees of Immortal Sky. These 2 sets of plans are our initial ideas. Please take them back and let Elder Moro review them. Oh my, these 2 lazy guys have been in a rat race after being inserted with heart triggers. They have already treated the development of Immortal Sky as their own cause. Okay, I will help you deliver them, and Elder Moro will give the final say. It's too complicated, I can't comprehend it. Don't force yourself. Sky 7 and Sky 12 are smart and capable. The things they came lip with are a bit difficult for you to understand. Ideas like reorganizing believers of Immortal Sky, redesigning doctrines, adopting the principle of no evil, no saving and fighting against the fake Moro, are all to break with the past. Among all of these, there are indeed some feasible proposals. Are you going to take their advice? No, I brought up the drawbacks of immortal sky as a messenger just for paving the way for the readjustment in the future, not for now. Besides, what they proposed are some common ways to expand an organization. If I really make adjustments based on their suggestions, Elder Moro's means may no longer be able to suppress the believers, therefore, it's better to put them on hold, and we will see to it after my demonic art of Moro upgrades. After all, judging from the current capability of Moro's seed, I might be able to spread the gospel more efficiently after I upgrade it. As long as the believers can gain something when they are praying, their piety will prevail over any doctrines or rituals. Are you so sure of it? But now the production of the origin points has declined. We have no idea when we will get enough origin points to upgrade. Things will work out. After Sky 7 and Sky 12 get the information about that fake Moro, I will go to the Tang Empire. I have a hunch that I will probably get a large number of origin points very soon. Alright, it's about time to go to the main hall for a meeting. The elders in charge of investigating Xie Yan have already come back. Let's make a closure to this matter. Okay. From the information I got, in the past 2 months, various versions of the truth about Xilan matter have emerged from Skystar. Some people said the one who set up the two evil sects was from the Zhang family from Heniai City, the Wang family from Yingchuan City, or the Song family from Luqing City. Another saying is that the chaos in the Xilan kingdom was originally a fight between the two evil sects. The D family mediated between them and made up a mastermind to cover up the truth. What is even more outrageous is that all of that was the fight among the 9 evil sects, and the final winner was Shima's sect. Anyway, every saying has a point and is more reasonable than the saying that the chaos was caused by the remnant of the former dynasty. On the contrary, nothing is found from the Ji family. In my opinion, it was just a rumor from the beginning. Because of this, Chanwu suffered unnecessary hardship this time. As my master said, only when I got back home did I find out that not just our sect was investigating Xie Yan because of the rumors. Some other sects were also investigating him, and what they did was outrageous. They not only blatantly went to search my family's residence at night, but also used force to pry out information several times. They even dug up my elder's grave to check it out. My father got so angry and fell ill after he heard about it, but now the most powerful person in my family is Ji Yuntao. He has seldom gotten back since he went to Taishian's sect, and there has been no news of him recently. Our family could do nothing about it without him. If it weren't for the local prefecture chief sending guards over, I am afraid the entire residence would be turned over by those people. Judging from the Ji family's response, it doesn't look like they have a powerful master. Even if they are saving their strength and trying to keep a low profile, shouldn't we first question the authenticity of the rumor before we find evidence? They've gone two-face. Per Senior Ji. Indeed, according to Jingwu sect's information system, most people in the Ji family in the Jiangnan region are not cultivators and rarely show up in the martial society. It really doesn't seem that they are hiding some power. Their reputation in the imperial court doesn't stand out among noble families either. There are many families like them in the Han Empire. Even if they colluded with the remnants of the former dynasty, it would be wishful thinking if they tried to overturn the current dynasty. So in the final analysis, we worry too much. Could it be that I made a mistake? The Ji Jinya I'm looking for and the one from the Ji family are just namesakes? Speaking of which, I do only know the name. Did I really make a mistake? If so, it will be too embarrassing. Xie Yan, don't you have anything to say? I am afraid the people you sent out didn't find anything, did they? Indeed, however, I realized something else after hearing the results from your guys. These contradictory messages came out too coincidentally. So much information has spread all over in just a few months. It is not something that an ordinary force can do even with the help of Skystar. Someone is trying to confuse us and conceal the truth. However, it doesn't matter to us whether this person is from the Ji family or whether Ji Jinya exists or not. The imperial court should worry about this matter the most, but it didn't react much to it, which is very unusual. Either the imperial court has long been aware of it, but afraid of alerting the enemy, or there are people from the other side in the imperial court, and they have weakened the influence deliberately. Either way, it proves one thing, that the Han Empire is really going to be in chaos. I assume that you must have predicted this result before today, right, sect leader? We just need to do what we can to investigate the Ji family in the Jiangnan region. It will be good if we can prevent and get rid of threats when some powerful masters try to make trouble secretly. Xie hasn't come back yet since she was instructed to visit the other evil sects, trying to unite them in advance. Now that we haven't found anything, we will only take a backup plan and protect our sect first. We need to try our best to keep our sect from getting involved, and from damage that might be caused by the possible chaos. Give out my order, from now on, cease all expansion plans of the sect towards the outside and focus on the core industries. We shall all keep our heads down, especially the branches located in the Jiangnan region and the capital. The Grand Elder and the Second Elder will be fully in charge of this matter, the Third Elder to contact the righteous sects, and the Fifth Elder to monitor the movements in the material world. Everyone must stay prudent before we further confirm our enemy's movement. Got it. Are we going to deal with those old men from the righteous sects? That will be really frustrating. We have no other choice. We have become obscure for years, and we have to resume the relations we formed before. If the martial world is about to be in chaos, the battle between the righteous sects and the evil sects may repeat itself. What happened to Taishian's sect is still vivid. We have to take some precautions. Speaking of the relations with the righteous sects, if Elder Gongsun were still here, Xuanji wouldn't need to start it over. Elder Gongsun? Do we have such a person in the sect? Why has no one mentioned her? No one would mention her as it's an old story. She is my senior. Back then, she had a conflict with the previous sect leader and left for the Tang Empire out of anger. It has been nearly 20 years since then. It's hard to say who was right and who was wrong in that matter. A few years before our master died, she always regretted her decision, saying that if she had gotten over it earlier, Elder Gongsun might have been willing to come back. It's not too late now. As far as I know, she has settled in Dongdu City in recent years, but her life hasn't been great. Perhaps she has already had thoughts of returning to Moqing sect. I didn't try to contact her a few years ago, because no one in the sect was able to suppress her, but you have reached the 6th level of the pre-celestial stage. I think we don't need to be scared of her now. After we solve this matter, I will take some time to go to the Tang Empire to find her and try to get her back. You want to go? Do you mean that you want to go to Dongdu City of the Tang Empire to get Elder Gongsun back? But you don't need to do so. After all, you and she don't even know each other. I am afraid it won't work if you go to persuade her. Don't worry, you. If I really can persuade her to return, I will just send a letter to her to sound her out for the sect. I want to go to the Tang Empire, but not specifically for this matter. But it will be great if I can help you solve this problem along the way. Why don't you let me have a try? You indeed think about the sect all the time. I thought after you came back from the Shilan Kingdom, you would get some rest in the sect for months and go to visit some evil sects with Xie. But you always keep yourself busy. Since you have made up your mind, I won't stop you. I will write a letter and you can bring it along, and I will compile the information of forces in the Tang Empire into a book. You can learn it on the way and get prepared. This matter is not as easy as I imagined. Judging from the experiences alone, this former elder of Moqing's sect is not an ordinary woman. When she was young, she was only second to the Grand Elder in terms of ability. Before the Grand Elder cultivated demonic mantra, she had already reached the pre-celestial stage and surprised all with a peerless sword dance. She did it before the emperors of the Han Empire and the Tang Empire, and thus became a legend for a while. Later, she fell in love with the young master of the second strongest sect in the Tang Empire, and married him regardless of the objection of the sect. Well, she was a legendary woman who dared express her love and hate directly. The second strongest sect in the Tang Empire? Compared with Xinhua's sect, which one is more powerful? It's hard to say. Although the Han Empire and the Tang Empire are adjacent, the customs of the two countries are quite different. Compared with the Han Empire, the Tang Empire is more inclined towards the worship of strength. Their forces are not as detached as the righteous sects and evil sects in the Han Empire. According to Yu's statements, all sects in the Tang Empire could participate in the governance of the country, except for the emperor. All officials come from the martial society. Perhaps they don't care much about the difference between the righteous sects and the evil sects compared with the Han Empire. Heavenly Evil Sect is in charge of the Ministry of Wars, one of the 6 ministries in the Tang Empire. The disciples of the sect are fierce and brave. Although it ranks second, it has a faint tendency to surpass Wanshi sect. The man whom Elder Gongsun married is the current sect leader of Heavenly Evil Sect, and also the minister of the Ministry of Wars in the Tang Empire. It's not an overstatement that he has a standing both in the martial society and in the imperial court. Judging from Elder Gongsun's husband's status, no wonder she would choose to stay here. It feels that the mission this time will be tricky. I regret that I made a response when hearing the Tang Empire. Master, you're giving up a bit too quickly. There's no rush about the fake Moro. Sky 7 and Sky 12 haven't tracked down that guy at all. Looks like I need to go back to Hulu Town by teleportation magic circle several times to wait for their news when I am on my way to the Tang Empire. It's really inconvenient to have no means of remote communication. Anyway, it's rare to visit a foreign country, so I'm going to seize this opportunity to make a name for myself in the land of the Tang Empire.